Okay. You can kind of guess what this video is. I'm sorry if it's really loud. I didn't realize how loud cupping your mouth is and directing it towards the microphone is. But okay, you ready? I'm gonna do. I mean, you probably already saw my face in the thumbnail, but what? I shaved. Um, I feel like I look like I'm 12. I feel like I look like a child. Um, but yeah, no, I shaved. Because I want to do the no shave November. I just want to see how fast it grows in. It is Halloween, so happy Halloween, everyone. I did nothing. I went over to my cousin's house and I sat on their couch for 4 hours and read a book while my mom and my aunt handed out candy. And I was just catching up with my cousin, same age as me. We're pretty much just like brothers. Brother. I mean, we've been pretty close, even though we never really lived in the same state until we moved here into the same state. So yeah, but I read my book. I got a new book from Barnes and Noble. I think it's called Pariah, by a guy named like Anthony or something. Yeah, The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. I bought it a couple days ago. I'm on like chapter 7 or 8. It's a fairly thick book. And I've been enjoying it. I wanted to get into fantasy again. I mean, this isn't really fantasy. It's more like medieval fiction. Um, I'm not sure if it constitutes as fantasy because there's no real fantastical elements. There's no real magic that I've seen yet. I'm not sure if there's a magic system. There was a mention of like witches and a great scourge and like some old gods and stuff, but that's just kind of like normal. It's just kind of like we have that in the real world, even though they aren't real, right? There hasn't been any tangible evidence in the book about witches or these old gods. Not the old gods, but these gods. So I'm not sure if it's fantasy. It's just more. I mean, it was in the fantasy section, so the reason I chose it is because I feel like a lot of fantasy books just seem to like they just seem so similar to each other. Like it felt like every fantasy book I was picking up and reading like the synopsis of in Barnes and Noble had something to do with a dragon, had something to do with some magic, and maybe a person, and they make a magic bond with the dragon. I don't know. It just seemed like a reoccurring theme, and I'm a little bored of main character fantasy smush. I don't want to say slop, but it's just a lot of it seems to just be very repetitive and the same thing. So I was looking for something more gritty. And when I say gritty, I mean like if anyone knows, I think it's called The Black Company. I'm going to read that next after I finish this book. But The Black Company is one of those books that I've read. The reviews are say it's pretty gritty, it's pretty real, and that's what I like looking for in books. Is I want it to be real. I don't like power fantasies. And so with the Pariah, the reason I picked that up is because it starts out with the dude's just like an outlaw. He's just like a nobody. And it sounds like he continues to be a nobody for a long time, which is why I like it. Because he's a nobody. He is no hero. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy at first. In like a Robin Hood-esque outlaw company, but they're not really Robin Hood. Sorry, I'm readjusting my keyboard. They're not really Robin Hood. They're just like dicks. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. It just seemed more real, more gritty than the other fantasy books I saw. Then again, I mean, there's no dragons, there's no magic, so is it really fantasy? Is it just medieval fiction? It takes place in another world, so different continent. It just looks like Europe. It just looks like a coastline of Europe or something. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to share. I wasn't really gonna make a video today, and then I shaved, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll show you guys what I look like with a clean shaven face and my short hair. I don't know, maybe I don't know what people are gonna say. I hope Okay, I hope the Walter White accusations go away now. I'm not a young Walter White. I think that could have been a funny Halloween costume. Young Walter White does ASMR, but yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any, I feel like I feel like I look like the human version of Shrek, and I only say that because of the nose. I feel like human version of Shrek had a pretty big nose, and my nose is pretty big too. That's like the only thing I can see, and very little of the hair. I mean, my hair just does the generic like the swoop back, and it parts in the middle. It's really messy, but yeah. Oh wow, it is. It's really messy. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I look like human Shrek only because of the nose, but yeah. What are you guys up to? Any have you, I don't know if anyone dressed up in any cool costume. Let me know. I've been thinking about making. I wanna use my 3D printer that I've had for like 2 years. That's just been sitting on my desk that I haven't used at all. I want to use it. I want to make some. I found files for a full set of Halo ODST armor. And I've always loved Halo. And the specific armor set I want to make is like something from Red versus Blue. Halo Red versus Blue is by far like my favorite like YouTube media, I guess. It's like it probably goes like Red versus Blue, Ruby, and then I don't know, whatever other shows I've watched over the years on YouTube, but those two were pretty much like a constant throughout my entire formative years, middle school through high school. I started Ruby in like early middle school, like 6th grade, I think. Just whenever it came out, I was watching Ruby as it came out. No, I wasn't watching Red versus Blue. I mean, I was watching Red versus Blue as it came out, but I wasn't there at the start. Red versus Blue started when I was like 3 or 4 years old. Let me Google that. Yeah, it started when I was 1 years old. It started in 2003. In 2003, I was a baby, okay? But when I was in middle school, I found Red versus Blue through Ruby because it's the same company, Rooster Teeth. So then I started watching Red versus Blue and its releases. And I love the Freelancer. I think the Freelancer storyline is by far just the best, the best one. I mean, that's when Monty Ohm got introduced to the scene, and he started using, the animations for the fight scenes and all that. It wasn't just inside the game engine, right? So yeah, I want to do one of the ODST characters from Red versus Blue. I forgot his name, but it's I think it's Main. I want to say it's Main. Okay, it's not Main. It is not Main. Now I have to find it. Because there's multiple ODSTs in Red versus Blue. Well, I just do Blue ODST. That doesn't. Oh wait, is this it? I know. I'm looking at the guy right here, but it doesn't say the name. Project Freelancer. Is this him? Butch Flowers? Okay, yeah. Freelancer Agent Florida. Red versus Blue Florida. I want to do Florida. I think doing like a Florida cosplay would be cool. Just because he shows up and then I think he gets his like axe thrown back at him or something. I just remember being a pretty funny fight scene. But yeah, like Agent Florida or like one of the Smiley twins, I think is their name. Like the Smiley twins, they have like smiles on their ODST armor. One of them has like a big flamer and the other one has like maybe a chain gun. I'm not sure. But I want to 3D print like an entire set of armor just to make it that, because I don't know, that'd be cool. That'd be dope. I don't know, it'd be a learning process because I've never done cosplay. I've never 3D printed anything. So I have a buddy, the guy I went to both Comic Cons with this year. He has a 3D printer and he very much does 3D print. He 3D printed which cosplay was it? He 3D printed his Berserk cosplay, just the helmet. And then he made the armor out of foam. Just because he didn't have enough time to print the full set of armor, so we just got the helmet, and the helmet turned out really good. It looked amazing. So I have a fairly large printer. I forgot the bed size, but it is on the bigger side. So I'm hoping I can make full armor pieces. Of course, they're all good. A lot of them are probably gonna have to be, cut in separate pieces. But yeah, that's what I want to get into. Probably look up some guides tomorrow, maybe. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are doing all right. Again, I don't have a lot going on, so there isn't really much to talk about in these videos, which is why it's probably going to be pretty dry from my channel for a little bit. Just because I'm not really going places. So for now, if anything interesting pops up, I will tell you guys. But this is probably going to be the last video for a hot minute, unless again something interesting happens. But I'm not sure it will. So yeah, I may do like a gameplay video of me playing a video game or something. I'm not sure though. But thank you for watching. I love you, 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 I love you. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in whatever next video I do next, okay?